Greetings, Patrick here. 8 questions with, and welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, middle of the week, and this is the second of five shows, actually. That's right. We had one yesterday, one today, two tomorrow, two tomorrow, one on Friday. So let's get to it. Today is the cast of a new horror thriller found footage film. Devil Director's Cut is here, and we are be talking to the young cast who are just cutting their teeth. We're going to be talking to actress Brandy Ochoa. We're going to be talking to actor musician Tyler Ivey, actor Greg Poppa, and he's been here before, and he'll be here to now, and then we'll probably see him in June as we'll be bringing Rocky. Uh, he always does this to me. His last name, Baciglupo. I know I'm killing that. So we're gonna have four young actors here and talking about their movie, Director's Cut. That stars veteran character actor Louis Lombard, which is Louis Lombardi. Lombardi. That guy's been in just about everything. You name it, he's probably there. So we're gonna be talking to them about the film. This is a lot of their first time. This is like a lot of their debut film, or maybe just their second film or their second projects. There's a lot of cool excitement about working on a first time project. Also working with somebody who is extremely talented, who's been around for a long time, and Louis Lombardi. So we're going to be talking to the cast of Director's Cut, and they'll be here coming through one by one, I'm sure. But we'll get them all in here, and we'll talk to them all. Um, all right. So, man, last night was cracking. We got taken over by the Cinema Squad. Anthony from Fever Dreamland Theater came on in, and we chopped it up. Really good show. Um, we're talking about the award seasons, about the how does Hollywood how Hollywood doles out its awards. It's an interesting topic too, because man, I've seen like two or three different just today. I've seen two or three different posts for different actors, including Deadline, one of the trade papers that are saying how everybody is leaving Hollywood. Hollywood is no longer you don't have to live there to make it there. It's good for communication goes, but as far as that goes, Hollywood is no longer the center of the earth when it comes down to making films, and it all depends on who you believe. But they're saying how TV production is down 31%, and motion picture production is down 29%. I don't know about that. You know what? I do take it. I take it back. I do think so. I think. I think. I think that all that 28 and the 28% and the 30%. I think it is down. I think part of it's down because there's a lack of physical media there. If you're not having something in front of you, you're probably not going to pay any attention to it. And I think that's what's happening with streaming services. Well, that and the fact that people they are waking up to the fact that they cannot sustain five streaming services. They just can't do it. Um, so I think a lot of people are going to be are dropping, or they're coming in for a month. Like they'll yeah, you can come on in and try it try it for free for 3 months. People are coming in there, they're using that special, they're dropping out, and so, but I also think it's the lack of physical media. A lot of people go out there and hunt for these for the movies. They're not being able to find them, so they're not paying attention to them when they come on streaming. The- I don't. I don't. I if I don't get to see the physical copy of it, I know I'm not going to watch it. If I'm not going to watch it, I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it. I'm not writing about it. I'm not doing videos about it. I'm only writing what I know, what's in my hand or what's in front of my eyes. As far as physical media goes. Um, all right. So So that was a great conversation with Anthony yesterday. Had a tremendous lot of fun. And we will get Sean to come in here too, because I really wanted to get Sean's opinion as well. And had a great cast, great chat yesterday. I want to thank Sin and the Wonder Twins for coming in there, rocking and rolling it. Stacy was in there asking some great questions, and just all in all, just a tremendous amount of fun. But if I missed you, that means I mean I know who you are, and I know you were there. And like a Snow Leopard was there. Thanks, Snow. Um, so it was really fun discussion yesterday, and we talked about the how this how the awards are being bought and how that is destroying the faith in Hollywood. Knowing that knowing even before knowing even before the awards are nominations are released, you already know who's going to win. They're already talking about who's going to win, and as soon as you see their names, you know how it's going to work out. There's just no suspense to it, and the awards are not given to they're not given to the artist based on merit. They're given to it based on how much money they pay, and we saw how Hollywood manipulates things. That was started out with Bob and Harvey Weinstein, and has carried on all the way through today. All right, so anyway, what's going on for the rest of the week? I'm glad you asked me that because we have a hell of a April still to go on. Tomorrow we have two shows. We have two shows tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 noon, West Coast, and 8 o'clock in Great Britain. We'll be bringing in our good friend Rick Mayland. We'll be back in here tomorrow. Um, yeah, we're looking forward to talking to Rick. We haven't talked in a while. Um, we're going to talk about his new movie, Serial. He's also got Two Night Rental coming out as well. He's working his ass off to do the acting thing, and he's doing pretty well with it too. He's got a real natural talent to him, and of course we hope that our good friend Gareth will come by because if anybody wanted to make some money over in the Great Britain, they should cast Ricky and Gareth together. Talk about the odd couple, right? Except I wouldn't know who would be Oscar, which one would be Felix, though. You know what? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Gareth would be Oscar, and Ricky would definitely be Felix, definitely. All right, so that's gonna be at 3 o'clock. Or we'll talk with Rick tomorrow, and then that not tomorrow night at 8 o'clock our regular time, right where we'll be at here today. 8 o'clock, we'll be talking with actress Leslie Iverson, and she will be here tomorrow, and looking forward to that. And she's a young actress just cutting her teeth, and she's going to star in a movie called American Trash, which I've been talking a lot on my channel because we also have Robert Lasardo. Unfortunately, we didn't have Robert last week, or because he got called for shooting. So you know how that goes. So we got him back for in May, so he'll be here in May. Friday, uh, that's gonna be fun. We're gonna have Michael Cassidy come back. Michael has been coming back when we've been doing watch parties, and he was here recently, and we watched One Ranger together, starring Thomas Jane, who Michael worked with before in Hunter's Moon. So we watched that, and tomorrow on Friday, 18th, Good Friday, we'll be joined by the Bat, Al Lucard, aka the Bat, and Michael, and we will be talking about Michael's first screenplay that he sold, which was called Hangman, which got made into a movie for Lionsgate. And if I was a screenwriter and someone would walk up to me and say, "Hey, we read your screenplay, we want it, and here's who we want to put in it," and then you would have told me you're gonna put in my first movie, in my first screenplay, you're gonna tell me you're gonna put Sarah Shahi, Carl Urban, Brittany Snow, and Al Pacino. I probably would have considered myself winning the creative lottery. Um, it's it's super cool. It's a great movie. All right, the doorbell has rang, so we're going to see the first of 4 artists coming through the door. I don't know who's coming first, but they're all coming in. So as they do, we'll welcome them in, and then we'll just keep the conversation going. And please help me welcome in the young cast of Director's Cut.
How's it going?
Ta-da! Hi, Greg. How are you?
Doing all right. How are you making out?
Good, good. You are our first one in, So I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here.
Save the worst for first.
No, no, not at all. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the casting. For Director's Cut. Man, you guys, there's a lot of talent there.
Oh yeah. Some of the ones that like all the guys in the band and the girls, we're all sort of like up and coming, but like we all have like a lot going on. And then Louis Lombardi was just like really awesome to work with, like being able to bring like the amount of experience that he has, and his personality is like massive. To be able to work with him was like really, really awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think when you do like a first time film, either as a director or as an actor, I do think that it benefits from having a veteran hand there, whether it be a cinematographer, whether it be a director of photography, or someone like a Louis Lombardi who knows that he's got a young cast he's working with, but he's there not necessarily as a mentor, but he's there as a stabilizing hand and to make sure the movie gets done, in the best way possible, and doing so without ego.
Yeah, he's super chill. Like he likes to like hold court, so he's always like, I mean, it's just sort of his personality is pretty magnetic. Where like you hear him from a mile away, and then you just want to go and like hang out and hear what he has to say. And it was really nice to have like Don and his crew, because those guys, Don and our director of photography, Bliss, have been working together for like 20 something years. What up, Brandy?
Brandy Ochoa has walked through the door. Hello.
Hi. Sorry it's dark. I'm on my way back to New York from Delaware.
Okay. A day of work or shoot or just killing time.
I had a shoot. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All
It
right.
was like a little corporate video. So now the sun is behind me. So
Oh my
there's
gosh,
now
those
no
corporate videos,
light on my face.
those corporate videos they're a hoot.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna
was like
say.
Severance meets sci-fi.
Now, is this for a training video?
I think so, but like for like an AI thing that they're adding, I can't really give like too much information because I
No.
apparently signed an NDA. I didn't realize that. But
Yeah, you know how corporate spies are, right? I think isn't that what Severance is about
yeah,
about life in corporate America?
Yeah, it's about finding yourself and
Uh-huh.
doing that through the corporate lens. I'm a corporate spy. It's the most rewarding job I've ever had.
You
Tyler.
do have a dapper mustache, so I'd believe
I
it.
want to do this.
Once,
What?
Louis, you're
Yeah.
already doing it.
What's up?
Well, I know who the corporate spy is. I already know who it is. I paid attention to who was president in the United States in the 60s. We all know who the spy is, don't we, Rocky?
Yes.
Rocky loves the 60s, always talking about it.
Mm-hmm. No, notice how he married a Marilyn Monroe girl too, look alike. That's not by accident either. Tell him, Rocky.
Nope. That was the dream. That was
Don't
the
go to
goal.
Texas, Louis.
That's right.
Come visit, man. I'm waiting for you.
Take it. And we're gonna talk a little bit about this too, because I looked a little bit at the Chris Hurst, and man, I love movies with curses in them.
Hell yeah.
Had such a cool element to it. You had the Changeling, and probably the most famous movie that ever had an ambulance in it, featured an ambulance. I know it's a real small field, but there's one movie when you think of ambulances and horror films just walk in together, that walk hand in hand together. I'm old.
What?
I'm old. Fantastic.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Fantastic. Yeah, you go back there. And they're driving that person to the cemetery, and the tall man picks it up with just one hand. The whole hearse he carries it like he makes Arnold look like he makes Arnold look a little bit weak. He just picks it up there and walks it in there. Like, damn.
I did that on set, but it got cut in post. It didn't make the cut.
Yeah, your training was worth it though, just for us to watch you shoot that. That was really cool.
I would do it now, but it would be, you know, it would make everyone embarrassed and everything all over again.
We can't peak too early in the interview, dude. If you start with that, we might as well get off.
That's true. That's true.
Greg, did your hair grow back?
Yeah, we're gonna come by and say hi to everybody and the work that they've done. Director's cut. That's the first time for some of you guys, isn't it? This was your first movie.
Yeah.
First feature film specifically.
Pop my cherry for sure.
That was my first feature, like full length film rather than short.
It's so many different things that are different, you know, from doing a feature film, from doing a short. But I bet you, as a whole, all of you can all say that short films were probably the first single most important tool that you learned, or what you did as far as your careers go, was doing a short film or doing short films. It probably prepared you better than anything else could have for the feature film.
Not Tyler. He was thrown right into the fire.
Yeah. I was gonna say I hit the ball and I just stayed at home plate. Basically, I just spun in a circle and I was already there. So it was definitely wild, kind of jumping over that whole, I guess, ladder up to shooting a feature.
You're a theater kid, though.
That is true. Yeah.
Now, how many of you live on the East Coast, New York, and how many do not?
I'm in Philly.
I'm in New York.
Up until August, I lived in New York City as well, but now I live in Austin, Texas. So I'm on this call in the past. So you guys, I don't know if you have any like stock advice or anything you can lend to me before I catch up to you.
It's right. Yeah, you're an hour behind us.
Yeah, man. So let me know what happens, I guess.
We got hit by an asteroid, but it didn't really kill anyone important. So
it feels like we got hit by an asteroid every day in Texas. I don't know how I ended up here.
That's not the first time I've heard that. That's not the first time I've heard people say they feel like they've been hit by an asteroid in Texas. It's whether it be wintertime or summertime, especially summertime, when people say it's so damn hot there. It's hot there every day, all day. So how did you go from on the East Coast down to Texas? Now, were you down in Texas when you got the call to do the film, or did you move there afterwards?
Moved afterwards. I just want to work on my tan mainly, but my wife's a tattoo artist and she got a job offer here, so it was, just being a good husband. I got married in September, so I was like, of course, sweetie. And we wanted to kind of try something new anyway, get out of New York, as affordable as New York is. But I've also, most of my life, I've been in bands and everything, and I love the music scene down here. I'm already in 2 bands down here, so I feel like it's compatible, and I just travel up to New York anytime I have work, and it's good so far. Again, outside of the heat, it's going to be 90 degrees in 2 days, so I'm not thrilled. Not thrilled.
Yeah, I'm sitting over here and I'm watching my temperature go 39 degrees. I'm going like, by now we're supposed to be like in the 50s. We're supposed to be 50s in the 60s. No, we're still sitting there. We're still talking about it could still snow. It's like, it's the weather is just really funky. And you were the second person that has gotten married since this movie has come out. Now, Greg and Brandy, have you guys gotten married yet?
Me and Greg getting
No,
married.
I haven't gotten married. I haven't married
Separately.
Brandy or anyone else.
No, we're not married.
No. I mean, just in general.
Yeah, I was about to
Last
say
time-
the
last time we talked
surprises
to
are
Rocky.
loaded in this interview. This is so great.
Well, we talked
It's a twist. Me and Greg are married.
We talked to Rocky. Rocky said, "I'm married." Okay, and then now, I'm married. There was only 2 left.
Yeah, I mean, we're both in like long-term relationships, so
Okay, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. By the
Greg told me-
time,
Greg told me in Chicago he doesn't believe in love. Would
I
you
don't
like
believe
to
Just on principle, man.
All the ladies out there, come change my mind, change my heart.
I'll test you.
well, I mean, you guys are good. You guys are all in good spot. I mean, you can't, as far as creative energy goes. I mean, it all depends how you want to handle it. Texas has a lot of pretty girls down there. New Jersey, of course.
I'm one of them.
New York. Yeah, I mean, look at that, Billy. Well, just get used to it because you guys might be on Team Beat magazine in a couple, within 6 months.
That's what
I
everyone's
haven't
trying to get on
worked
right
in a
now.
Mhm. Well, let's talk about how you guys. Let's talk about how you guys all met. I mean, I know that I do believe some of you met before the movie. As far as the casting goes, you already known each other. But how did you guys all get your start? How did you all get with the director's cut? How did you get your roles?
I think we met at the callback.
Well, Actors Access did the first audition. It was like I auditioned for my character and Tyler's character, and then they were like, "Wow, you suck. Just do this other character." And I think we all had. Did you guys also have to play instruments in your audition?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
so we did the.
I'm
we had to
special.
play an
I don't
instrument,
know if
and
you
then
knew that.
we went to the callback up in New York, and we all just kind of like vibed really well in like
Yeah.
so it was like they were in a casting room and then we were all in like holding room, and we just like all struck up a conversation, and we were just it was the most like chill, not super competitive type of callback I've ever been part of. We were all just
I remember it being very like obvious that it was us too.
yeah and who's gonna get what, like
it was obvious that it was me because Dawn walked across the room and shook my hand and then ignored everyone else. And I was like, okay, yeah, I got it.
and I don't even know if anyone else really auditioned for the Jay character, or there was one guy who auditioned for Jay for the callback, but it was like they used Tyler like 4 times and used that guy like half a time and then sent him back.
They used me
knew
once.
that. Yeah.
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 How many people were in the holding rooms with you guys? Was it just you 4 or you 5?
No,
or
it was like
were it, like,
14,
20?
15 people. It was a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I think what they did was
that's
they
a good-
had like an A team and a B team of the cast, and they like would swap people in and out like for chemistry. So they'd be like, "Give me one J, one other
Yeah.
character."
I was supposed to be a boy.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be a boy.
Brandy, you went in for one of the girlfriends, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Jen.
Okay.
Technically, that's what I auditioned for. That's why I didn't have to play an instrument. But then Dawn asked me to read for Menace as well, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then me and Tyler, we did our thing, and then they did a band picture, and then that was it.
I remember that was the most natural I felt doing like the Menace scene too, is when you came in. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Really
but that's
hope
because
that
we talked
happens.
beforehand too. We were like hanging out. So
Yeah, I have an
Yeah,
allergy to buff men as well, so they had me read a bunch of very ripped dudes. Because originally in the script, like, even Jay was supposed to be some like meathead dude, just like pumping iron the entire film, and then
Yeah,
they
he's just a
called me
twink.
in. I literally, yeah, twink with scoliosis, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
it's like a small little lesbian girl.
Yeah. Well, there's supposed to be like this standoff between Menace and Jay, and I'm like standing up against these dudes with like 8-packs, and I'm like, yeah, with the just didn't feel right.
Juan was supposed to be like Chinese or something. So I don't think Don really gave a shit.
Filipino.
That was clear in your performance, though.
Yeah.
But also, can we talk
You
about
code is
Juan
Filipino.
and John though? They're the same name.
Juan and John.
You know, the names
Yeah, I
are
saw that.
Juan John Jay. It's just
Those are stage names.
And then Menace.
and then Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Menace.
And Menace.
Yeah, at the end.
Now, was this your first? Because I've seen this before for some of the reality shows where they put 30 people in 5 rooms, like there's 150 people in 5 rooms, and you think you're there to wait and watch. You're waiting for you to be seen, but in actuality, the casting directors are watching you, maybe through a window or through somebody in the room already. And they're just waiting to see. They're waiting to see how you interact with different people.
Oh.
There was a dude in a ghillie suit in the back of the holding room, but I thought that was for something else. But maybe
that was maybe they were auditioning for Babs.
That's probably for a later call. It's not for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
surprised if
they were just
John
broke
and
and they just
Paul were
only had
spying on us.
two studio rooms.
That's
That's
it.
kind of a cool thing to do to an actor too. This is like a total mind fuck.
Yeah. Though I always assume that someone's watching me in the holding room though. I always walk in like that.
I think it's a cheaper way to do a chemistry test. It's really what it is. It's a cheaper way.
so.
I mean, you can't afford to go do 50.
It's the casting
50
director
couples.
sticking out.
They throw you guys in the room. They just go in there and have fun. We'll see you in an hour, and then you watch and see who
comes out alive.
Right. last man standing. You guys ever seen Battle Royale?
Yep.
So what was it like? So you guys all got picked out. First, second film. Of course, the one thing that Rocky mentioned before was the fact that it helped a great deal to learn, to play an instrument. Now, all you, I know Rocky is, but are Tyler. Now, are you, Brandy and Greg? Did you learn how to play instruments, or did you already know how to play? Were you in bands already when you did your?
I played guitar since I was like 15, 16. I've been in bands, and I went to school for like classical piano. So I've been playing music. So Brandy?
Considering the fact that they wanted me for my face, I didn't play an instrument beforehand. I took bass lessons over the summer because bass, because I played the bass guitar. Tyler.
Something else.
Yeah, because they sent me like a video of like someone playing the song, and then I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And I'm like,
notes.
okay.
Too many, bro.
So I had someone, I had a friend, but the thing is, he specializes in like jazz bass. So like I learned with like plucking the fingers, and then they gave me like a pick, and I was like, how do I use this pick?
It comes through in the film. You can really see her jazz influence as she's playing.
The swing, yeah.
You see the fingers?
The smooth,
like a true bassist. Yeah.
Yeah, they were just making fun of me the entire time.
Now, how hard was it for you, or how easy was for you to pick that up?
I'm still not very good.
Do you own your own bass now?
We'll never know.
Never know.
Tune in next week.
I think you're sitting there going, hell no. If you can hear us,
so now I just have this.
Nice.
I lost service. Sorry.
It's okay. We just asked if you were able to. Did you continue to, to learn the bass, and did you keep it? Keep your bass. Oh, nice. That's something cool. That's something cool.
Well, I didn't keep that base. It's too big for me. It's taller than me.
Right. Oh God, they give you a give you a stand-up base. Oh, they give you a stand-up.
A huge base.
Well, that's
Huge.
great. That's great. That's great if you guys are rockabilly.
That'd be sick.
That would be pretty sick. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie, you could see the base sticking out because we didn't have a big enough cover for it.
Oh yeah.
That's what was sticking out? Oh. It was the base.
Yeah, that's it. Hollywood does that shit though. They do stereotype musicians. They always do put the girl in the bass role. It's like
My wife's a
why can't-
bassist. Yeah.
Yeah, they always the girl's gonna be the bass player. It's like, excuse me, why does the girl always have to play bass? Girls can shred just as much as any guy.
Yeah.
Well, Smashing Pumpkins did it, so that's
Tyler's wife is the bassist though in the band.
She also plays piano though too, right?
Yeah.
Piano.
America's one of America's earliest punk rock bands had a female guitarist, a vocalist guitarist, one of the very first. So
That's what it's all about.
So now you guys all got. I know this sounds like me and Rocky are going like, haven't we done this before? A little bit. We'll get some fresh questions in. What color is the hearse?
But the van?
No, the cursed hearse. What color is it?
The cursed hearse?
What movie do you think was
Is this a riddle?
I have to throw him a fresh question because he's already been here with me before.
Oh, it was black.
You have a hearse?
Well, because we talked through these, so I got to give him a fresh question once in a while.
Right.
So we'll keep him awake.
Yeah, I thought it was like a math. It's like if the curse hearse leaves New York at 4 a.m., what time does it haunt and kill Tyler?
And you know what? That's actually a pretty damn good name for a band.
All 8 questions are like a Sphinx question. We're like, wait, what?
Yeah, we're
Soft riddle.
Oh,
I got
that,
it.
yeah. Okay, so now you guys all got the do you remember where you were at when you got confirmed for the movie? Like when they came to you and said, Brandy mentioned that she got the handshake that gave her the impression she got the movie. What about the three of you? When did you know for sure that you were in the movie in the role that you played?
I think I was sitting right here, honestly. This is the spot. I should put a plaque down here.
It was right here. This was the place.
Put down your star.
Found out about 9/11. And no, I think I actually found it right here. I looked in an email.
That must have been, for only having a couple of movies, 2-3 movies underneath everybody's belt to get cast like that, especially when you have, an actor like Louis Lombardi coming in there. That must have been just really like a little bit surreal, this is really happening. I mean, you went out for it.
The previous 15 years of me not booking anything. So
Yeah. Well, we got cast for the teaser first. So we shot a teaser like months before. So that wasn't like I always thought that they were just going to replace me with someone after they got the money.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too.
Yeah,
and they would keep like Tyler and then maybe the girls, and then they were just going to replace like the rest of the band. It seemed like, but then they kept it on.
Yeah, we weren't sure.
It does happen, doesn't it? It does happen where right before you go to the shoot, your role or you are replaced. Man, that's gonna be.
Yeah, because they had to pitch it to other people. So we thought that the rest of the band would suck. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I would have been so honored if I was recast for fucking Corey Feldman. It would have been sick. Comeback king, dude. That would have been awesome.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I was just trying. Well, at least one thing it would have stayed in as far as being a horror film. That's for sure.
There you go.
I'm surprised any of you guys know who Corey Feldman is. You guys are all so young and he's so old.
Well, I prefer his music career personally, but that's that's me.
Our friend Burt Reynolds, as a matter of fact, he also happens to be a big Corey Feldman fan. I'm surprised he's not jumping up and down about that. I'm glad you guys didn't get replaced because I think what it's obviously 20 minutes into this interview and it already shows right now. Even though the movie's been done for a while, it's been released. It's out on Gravitas Ventures. There's one thing I can sit here and without a doubt, and super impressed with is you guys all have the same chemistry. You guys all look like you've been friends since forever.
It's been like months of roasting each other.
Yeah.
Spit roasting up.
Now, a lot of times though, a movie will come out there, it'll get made, and that's it. Everybody goes their separate ways.
Yeah.
They always talk about that. We're like a family, and then it's like, okay, that's a wrap. That's a wrap for Tyler. See ya.
Yeah.
We actually don't talk to Tyler ever. We don't
Well,
like
yeah,
him.
I'm in a different time zone. But we literally have a group chat that we talk regularly in. Like we never lost touch in a way. It's not like we're talking every day, but it is really nice that like clearly we all do vibe kind of like a band, and that was the same like in between takes and everything when we're just hanging out for hours. It was just like this, and like we haven't all spoken together in a hot minute. This is the first time we've all been on a call together, but yeah, it's like missing no time.
And
Yeah, we all just
Tyler
kinda-
went to the city for like 2 seconds, and we said hi and then bye immediately.
On opening night. On opening night.
Were we all there that night?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were there for that.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I've popped up for a few gigs to New York and then I just come back. It's very like in and out currently. Yeah.
Okay. Now are they advertising you as being featured as one of the stars of Director's Cut? I mean, when they do the promo, for your band and whatnot, do you?
I mean, I think it's all Louis.
Yeah, I think it's just Louis.
It's all Louis and Lucy.
Yeah, Don said when he cast us, it's really important that no one knows who the fuck we are. So,
yeah, it was
no one should care about us.
I didn't know about Lucy until I actually researched for the questions for this show. I didn't really know that Lucy was a transgendered artist.
wait, what?
Yeah, like kissing. Yeah. all those hot scenes together.
That was off camera. That doesn't.
All right. So what? I mean, it is a little. I'm sure you guys all knew, that Lucy was a transgender. Any sort of reaction?
We found out with the hot pants, though.
What was it like working with her?
That's when I found out.
Working with her. Was there, did she put a lot of pressure on anybody or herself? Because it's the first time. Because it doesn't happen very often. So it's like, is it different? I mean, or was it just another actor doing another role?
Having gotten choked by her in the film, I can tell you she puts a lot of pressure. There wasn't much acting in that moment. I remember actually being like, "Oh fuck!" Like her chokehold was, yeah, she whooped my ass. Doesn't take much, but no, Lucy fucking rules. She was honestly like the most down to earth, just amazing person. And like, especially like when we then saw the movie, it's like one thing when we're filming, then when you see it, her like stoic nature that she has on screen, like, yeah, literally, like just such a badass role. And I mean, having heard Don talk about it and Lucy talk about it, it was really big for Lucy to be able to like bring a character like that and be like an actual badass villain as opposed to like, because they debated a lot like showing the bulge, and that was actually really important to well, the ding right on cue, was like really important to Lucy. Like for Lucy and Don to have it be like, no, like in your face, unapologetic, but it's very like just badass character that's like, hey, this trans actress, she's like an actual cool killer in the, you know, horror world now. So that was important to them. And I know some people like it's been up in the air about like, was the showing the bulge excessively like
Absolutely not.
offensive? But I think it rules. Lucy was thrilled about it. So like, you know, yeah, but Lucy's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean, it was her idea for the most part. She wanted that, the bulge fully. But she's also a very sweet person, and she really took care of me, especially like when I was like dying on the floor, and I'm like, I am freezing, and she was like, she needs a blanket, and like she was very mama bird to me.
Didn't give
That's
me a
very sweet. I like hearing stories like that. That fucking rocks. You gotta love that. So and you get to play the music in the now was the music for the movie had it already been pre-written? Did you already know, or did you guys have a hand in writing the songs that were in the?
Yeah, we had no hand in anything. When it came, you don't even hear me sing in the movie. And they made it was a point for Jay that like it needs to be someone who can sing. And then yeah, I don't sing in the movie. Like no, at least like you know, Rocky and Greg, y'all get to like play a bit.
Yeah.
I guess Brandy, you were playing too. I just I
Couldn't tell.
say the lyrics.
You kind of sing at the end.
They made me
little
fight
bit.
chains while I played. Excuse me, Tyler. It was very present. You choked. So
But I mean, like when we weren't filming, we were playing the instruments and singing like in holding and stuff. That was a
Yeah.
big thing.
There was an acoustic guitar and holding that we were.
Yeah, we were playing like My Chemical Romance and Smashing Pumpkins and
Misfits. We played Hybrid Moments a lot. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Jeremy.
Yo, actually, we have to tell that story. That rules.
Dude, that guy probably hates us.
He's in a communist-based alt metal band. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's cool. Yeah.
You're talking
He's over us, though.
about the Pearl Jam song, right?
Yeah.
Our
His name was Jeremy, and we just like sang that song. I would go and be lapped up. I'd go, Jeremy smoking.
We were like, seemed a harmless little fuck. We were just like, and you would watch him like down the hall as we're whispering into the lofts, and you would just see him look up and stare at us, just like, dude, it's been 3 weeks. Stop. We never did.
It's like the bit's getting old, and we never let it go.
No, it did not get old. It was.
I don't even think did he come to the party?
No, he's fed up with us.
I didn't see him at one party.
He was over it. No. Our PA was also great. It was very funny.
We have a question here. We have a question we'll throw out. That says, so if I was a person who wasn't into horror films, what would you say to me that would make me want to see director's cut? Man, the cast for sure. The cast is what caught me. I know that Louis Lombardi. I know his work. So for me, that's what would catch my eye. But what about you guys? If you were, let's say you didn't know anything about the movie, or you yourself, you were just a fan, walking down the aisle looking for a new horror movie. What would you recommend? Why would you recommend a director's cut?
I think the band element to it is pretty dope. Makes it a little bit different than a lot of the other horror films that are out there. And that makes the setup really cool. I mean, I think like being in bands, and even like as actors, sometimes you just like, you book something and it's like, am I gonna die going to this place? Like this is where I die. This is where it happens. Like that sucks. So I think that the setup and the premise of it's really cool. the band element would definitely do it for me.
Yeah, you're right. There's not that,
Yeah.
not that many. I mean, there are a few movies out there with music in it. As far as being driven as far as horror movies go. I'm sitting here myself going like, what have I seen that has caught my eye? And it's like
Like Green
director's
Room.
you had the Green Room with Patrick Stewart. I was
Mhm.
thinking about Phantom of the Paradise for me.
Oh yeah, that movie rocks, man.
But
Cats.
just
Uncle Peckerhead's another one. I don't know if y'all have seen that one, but that one rips.
right. And what was it, Hedwig and the Angry Itch? And the
Oh,
Angry Itch.
Angry Inch, yeah, that one rules too.
Calm down, Tyler. For me, I would say that I'm a big fan of pretty looking art direction, and I think Don was very intentional about the art direction. So the location, our band room, everything was super cool to look at.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
Also, like,
you would actually think that we're here talking about this. Is a good question by Blue, and it says here bands are not usually associated with horror stuff. I mean, not unless they're, I mean, they're part of the movie per se, but as far as being focus of a horror movie, not so much. Very, very few that I can think of. But it's a great gimmick.
mhm.
It's a great way to add on something different. Make it different, make it fresh.
Also, Rock has a lot of horror, like actual
Yeah.
live acts. Like even Alice Cooper earlier with like Frank Zappa stuff. Like rock and
Manson.
horror have been like very Marilyn Manson. They're very entwined when it comes to live music and shows. But I guess with movies it's not as frequent. But even this movie with like Don being so involved with like there's a cameo from Danny Diablo in the movie, like so connected with the actual like Long Island, New York, just East Coast hardcore scene that like even like the band's van and all these like tour posters inside and Jay's garage, like all this stuff, you can tell that there's an actual relationship with the music scene. That it wasn't just a like I want to write a movie about a rock band. It's by people who are actually involved in it. Like I know even Tim Armstrong at one point in like Jay's garage, there's a Rancid poster in the background, and Tim has now watched the movie, which is really cool. So just to know that like the movie is actually seen by and made by people in that world, it is kind of cool, just from an authenticity standpoint.
Let's go back to the chat here real quick. The Blue mentioned that's true. Bands are not usually associated with horror stuff. Not a lot. Not a lot. Let's see. Nanette mentions another movie that has music in it is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's
Like
I think
musical.
that's more of a play though. That's not like bands, playing instruments. That's more like a musical. And I wouldn't. There's tons of those. I mean, it's a whole genre. But as far as a band playing instruments and being portrayed on the road, there's another movie that came out with Alexander Daddario and Johnny Knoxville. I remember that came out and it was about a band, about a band on their way to a gig and they get waylaid. I'm trying to think of the name of the band of the movie. I had it, but I actually
I don't know.
see. I have a question. Then says has a question. What do you consider trick or what do you consider trick or treat? The first trick or treat movie about the band. Is it about a band? Not the one with Sam, but the one that came before that. I think that is about a band, isn't it?
I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't.
Unfortunately.
It's one of those like, oh, I have it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Mm.
I don't know. I guess I would have to watch it before I could tell you an informed answer. I guess I'd be shooting off the hip since I really don't know.
Sorry, Nanette.
That's interesting. All right.
Let's
so
bring the
now
movie up right now. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
You know what? We will do that. Believe it or not, we will be coming back to you to touch your shoulder on that, tap your shoulder to come back when when it reaches the streaming services. And yeah, because we do that once in a while. We'll invite people to come back and talk about their movie and watch it. And so yeah, you'll be coming back to do that. In fact, I'm doing that. I'm doing that twice this month with the directors, and so it'll be interesting.
Cool.
What was it like for the first time for you to watch yourselves on the big screen?
I don't remember, man.
Oh yeah.
Most honest answer of the whole night, right there.
Yeah.
It was dope. I mean, it's always a lot of fun. Like, I mean, we're actors, and like, you get some time to see like what's going on in the monitor occasionally. There wasn't like a ton of time to like really review like the footage or anything. So you're just like going off of hope. They like trust that like what they're getting is really good. And that like the feeling in the room and how everything is vibing is actually translating to the screen. And when we went to the premiere, it felt like that. And every time we've seen it since, I think it's felt like that. It feels like we were cohesive, you know, like we had a lot of chemistry off screen, and I think that translates on, and it feels like we've been a band for a long time. And I think the horror elements work the same way that they had worked in the on set. So it's like that's kind of the best that you can ask for, is that like the vibe that you were getting or giving is actually being received later.
Well, let me ask you this. When you like, and this is like found footage movie. So you pretty much, as soon as you say found footage, you already know it's something, you know, not going to be it might not be quite happy ending. But let me ask you this. Did you guys stay on set? Did you guys stay on set to stay and watch the other characters' death scenes?
Yeah, I did. I think I saw everyone's death scene. I remember the one day most people weren't in, and I ended up staying for Louis because I loved his death scene. I think I came in a day when I wasn't even in, and I saw Tyler.
Yeah, for free food, man.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for lunch. I'm just gonna go to set.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What was it like watching it? I mean, you know, there's your friends or you know, and your bandmate, and then you're watching the scene go through. Was it a little bit surreal for you, or was it just part of the process, or did you sit there and go like, man, you know, you either go like, man, that's a cool ass death scene, or was there a little part of it going like, that's my friend there, that's sort of fucked up what they're doing to him. You know, when you're watching it, did you have any emotion, or, you know, any trouble separating the emotions from being an actor to your friend? I mean, I would have a hard time watching you guys die. You know, if I was sitting on the set. And
We
they all said,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
I just thought, really good job, Brian. Really good job.
Come watch Brandy and Rocky get killed. You know, I'd be sort of like, can I have lunch first? You know,
Yeah.
you know, can you, you know, cause
Yeah, I was in that makeup for a while.
Yeah.
Louis was, I felt bad for Louis just because he was in the makeup. Like it's so much of his body is covered and he doesn't really care for it. And it was just all day he was trapped in this makeup, like 7 a.m. to like 8 p.m. He's just trapped in this makeup. That was I felt bad for him, but it was also extremely funny because he would just like go into the bathroom. He like, I hate how I look. I can't look at myself. I'm gonna throw up.
Remember when we went to get Dawn's thing, and then we were still in our blood makeup, and there was a school right next to us, and we just like went with like all the blood on our faces.
Oh wow, yeah. I've heard people do that. They'll have all the makeup on. They'll stop by a gas store, a convenience store. People get freaked out when they come in all bloodied up. Got a couple more comments here. We're talking about bands in horror movies. We can't forget Kiss. Shit, they're a horror movie on themselves by now. Let's see. I'm just being honest, you know. So but they though they did kick ass in Scooby Doo, and actually so did Axl Rose. Did you know Axl Rose did a Scooby Doo?
No.
I didn't know that either, but he did. He actually did. It was his own voice. It was actually pretty damn good. Let's see. Nanette mentions. I have a question for you guys. What do you consider a trick? Oh, I read that one. It says, Blue says, I'm considered. I confess to being excited about the new Spinal Tap.
You're making a new Spinal Tap? Why?
I didn't even know the new Spinal Tap movie was coming out till yesterday.
Why?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea I'm making another one until yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, what are they gonna do? Put Kiss in their play? Have Kiss play them?
Yeah.
As long as there's room for Corey Feldman.
Yeah. No, man, I'm there.
Yo, fucking Corey Feldman was in Spinal Tap too.
Is Corey
Best
still
movie.
alive?
Well,
Can we get this collab back?
I'm pretty sure he's dead, right?
you know that'd be Oscar talk right there. Nanette mentions okay, talking about the trick or treat for the 80s. Oh, okay.
It's great. So
God, I'm trying to think of that now. You know what? Now I sort of want to go there and see who's in the cast of that. See if he actually got a role in it. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just keep this little. Oh God, I can't talk about Corey Feldman. Please don't do that. Let me ask you guys this: what are some of your favorite bands right now? I mean, you know, like when you're offset and you're in your room or chilling out and you're listening to music. What kind of music were you guys listening to enjoy yourselves? And no fucking Corey Feldman.
Well, if you take him off the table,
yeah, I mean, there goes everything.
Lately, I just made a Western, so I've been listening to a lot of like folk-ish music. Nice. Jesse Wells is like awesome. I love his stuff. He's like sort of Bob Dylan-y, talking about contemporary things. Amigo the Devil is also like the man. That band, I guess, but him as an artist, he's pretty incredible, amazing storyteller. And then in general, I'm usually listening to like 90s Nirvana, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Smashing Pumpkins, all that stuff. Radiohead, all that good stuff.
How about you, Brandy? What kind of music do you like listening to?
So I listen to like a variety of different music. I'm also a theater kid, so like I listen to musicals. I listen to all different types of music. Lately, I've been very much in the like female punk genre, like Girlwood, the Bobby Lee. I love the Bobby Lees so much. I went to their like one of their like last performances. They're like coming back again, but like one of their last performances before their big break, and it was like the best moshing I've ever done. And Destroy Boys. So like lots of female punk empowerment.
You should listen to Mannequin Pussy. They're an awesome band.
Oh, Mannequin Pussy.
Yeah,
I just got done.
I think I have.
I just got done reading about an article about another band I worked with. It was called Nashville Pussy.
A lot of
rock
yeah.
band.
I believe they
male, female.
They came up on my day list.
Free pussy ride.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. All right. Next up, who do you guys like? Let's see, Greg. You can answer, Greg. Brandy, Tyler, and tell us about Greg. Tell us about the Western.
Ed, I'm also a writer, director, and producer, and all that stuff. So, I recently made a film back in November about a guitar playing wannabe bounty hunter who meets up with a jilted lover of a gang member who had left her for dead. So they team up to come find my dastardly character. It has like a musical element to it. I wrote like 5 original folk songs for it. And which sort of sound a bit more contemporary than like it's set in the 1880s. So it sounds a little bit more contemporary than the 1880s. And I really want to make a feature that's also a trilogy out of it. So we'll be done that in like, we're going to have a premiere for it in the Philadelphia area in September. And hopefully try to get that, get the funding to get to make the full feature for it.
Sure.
So yeah, a lot of violence. Some eyes get lost. Some people get shot. We have a great armor, so we're actually shooting people.
Sounds like my honeymoon.
Yeah.
That's funny. I mean, we're talking about punk rock music and music in general, and you caught my ear when you said the Western, because it does seem to be. It does the Western. Are you guys fans of that genre? Do you guys like history? Is that something that you would do? If you got asked to do it?
I started riding horses just so I could get cast in a Western, and then it stopped wanting to cast me. So then I just made the Western myself. And I really want the main character. The Western's called Taffy, Rita, and the Rattlesnake. I really want the main character Taffy to sort of like invent punk rock music in the 1880s and like see what those types of people would be like moshing to and shooting their guns to some like out of control folk music. So
let's see. Our chat mentioned. Let's see. I wish these guys. I can't wait to see these guys jam out to such great bands such as Savage Garden and the Wallflowers.
Savage Garden, Wallflowers. Hell yeah.
Sandwich Garden, let's go.
Burt Reynolds is my good friend Josh, aka Hobbs Horror. He's my good friend. I could tell his writing from a mile away, and he's just getting me back because I was popping on Kiss. And he loves Kiss. He's a huge Kiss fan. And actually, I am too. But it's like I always have fun because those guys are out there and 80 years old in wheelchairs.
Are you gonna go see their hologram tour?
I heard about that. I've heard about that. I heard it wasn't that bad. I think they've already done that. They've already done that holodeck, if I'm not mistaken.
Woof.
I don't know though. I don't think I could see a holograph. I just couldn't. I mean, I don't know. I know that Queen had did it before, but then I just saw
different circumstances, I guess.
Yeah. Queen did it, but then I saw that they brought back the whole band. They got to do live singer. And I'm going like, yeah, I don't think people really want to see a holograph of a band like that. They want even if you got a different singer, they're still going to support that. I think more than AI.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel about that as far as AI goes? Or as working actors, are you guys concerned about that? I mean, have you noticed that people talking about it more and more among your peers?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm like, when I like apply to things, they're like, oh, like, are you comfortable with like AI recording your voice and stuff like that? And I'm like,
yes.
So you're trying to take my voice? Okay, got it. Yeah, there are less jobs because of it, but I mean, we're gonna evolve with it, I feel.
Yeah, Musk is gonna implant his chip in our brain, and he's gonna be like, all right, you guys just do whatever I say now. No, I think the AI stuff like pretty much.
I'm more of a sub anyway. So.
Yeah. I've been on the panel for like film festivals and stuff like that, and I've seen people generate these AI films and be like, look how awesome it is, and it's like your cover letters AI, your film's AI. Like I'm not like when I was immediately no. I don't really think it takes much artistic skill or anything to prompt a film. The AI artists might argue that. I don't think it takes any skill to do it.
There's also been a lot of musicians using AI for music videos recently, and I feel like just there will probably be a time where AI surpasses what we can recognize, but it's still in a point now where like I don't like it, but it's also I just don't find it interesting.
Yeah.
So I think people can tell when something is AI, and people just I don't think I don't know what that is. I
Dude,
don't
that's
think
me.
it's, it's your Chatterade stream. It's blowing up.
Why? Can't get it.
Yeah, let's see. Bert saying that he hates Kiss. Okay.
What?
Burgess.
Future Rock City. We're talking about.
I think he needed to sit there and say I hate Kiss, but I love Dolly Parton. Let's see. Ernest is Ernest.
The Kiss
Kiss
to
is
Dolly
a good,
Parton pipeline. That's how it goes.
Kiss is a good band. My foster parents took me to see Kiss in the South. I never saw Kiss live. Never saw them live, but my brother, he saw them live, and he said they put on a good show. But of course, that was back in the late '70s too. I think bands evolve, bands grow, and I just think it's a natural thing. But I remember watching Rolling Stones on the Super Bowl, and quite honestly, it's like it's not the Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones is four people. And then they had a whole backup section and another rhythm section and keyboard, and I'm like, it's sort of like it was sort of like AI before AI. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get a band to come out there that they're gonna need help to produce that sound. So here they come with 20 sidemen coming out there with that full sound, but in actuality, it's not really the band. It's amplified. It's on steroids.
Well, at least I got other artists up there.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand making it. I can understand making it. A bigger sound. But if you go in there, if you're speaking about just bands themselves, like what made you love the band when they played as a 4-piece or when they played as a 20-piece?
Well, I think after Creed played the Super Bowl, we can't really surpass that band energy again at the Super Bowl. So I feel like we just lit bands.
Once
we
Creed
already
did it,
peaked.
I mean, whenever Nickelback accepts, then we'll really.
Oh my! The thing is, Nickelback, for all the hate they get, they do rip live. Whether or not you like their music, they are actually very good live.
Right.
I will say it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes. I think sometimes it's just like for any genre of art there is. I think sometimes it gets jumped on. Yeah, we all jump on Nickelback, but I personally I never really understood the reason why. I was sitting there going like, okay, so maybe they're not playing the songs that you like, but I don't. It's not like. It's not like they're not skilled at it.
Corey Feldman gets so much hate, but
what I hate, I really do. I really hate when there's bands out there that they just don't know when to give it up. It's time to put it down. You did your tour, like trying to watch Motley Crue today. I mean, watching them today, it just destroys their legacy. It's an absolute joke. Is that something you guys, what kind of legacy would you guys like to leave behind in terms of acting? I mean, what are some of the goals you guys have for yourselves before you leave the game? What do you want to do? Brandy, I'll start off with you. What are some of your goals as an actress that you want to do? People you want to work with, movies you want to make?
At the moment, my goal is to go more blockbuster action route. Like I want to do more stunt work, more fighting choreography, but I don't know. People already like me, so I guess it's for more people to like me.
More people
love me. I just want them to love me a little.
I'm already below.
I don't know. I need to get my face in front of more people so they can love me. Duh. I don't know.
Everybody in the chat ask for a free signed autograph of Brandy. We'll make sure that happens.
I don't know. I'm just living my life, having fun. I don't think I care about what I leave behind.
What about,
Yeah,
let's
that's the
go with,
most rock and
let's
roll
go
you can beat.
let's go with Greg. What do you think? What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind as an actor, and what kind of what other movies would you like to work on, and with who?
I guess as an actor, I would love to, do a lot of the. I'd love to just keep, like, this was like in that $250,000 range budget. I'd love to keep doing like this and higher, and keep working with like crews like this, actors like this, and we can all just keep graduating up. I'd love to work with all these guys again. I keep evolving as a director and a writer, because that's the best and easiest yet most difficult way of casting yourself in actually interesting films and interesting characters. But like, keep capitalizing on that. I have a Sasquatch based film that I want to do next that I think is going to be pretty awesome.
That's all.
Some like ultra violent Sasquatch shit.
New Jersey Devil, man.
Sounds like my
Fine,
honeymoon.
Yeah.
And then we need more Sasquatch films.
Or, and if it's not that, live fast, die young, and leave a ugly ass corpse.
Well, just in time for you to slide over to Rocky, sit there and say, as you're picking him up off the ground and in the cursors, what about you? What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
At this point in my career, I would probably pretty much do anything. Anything would be acceptable to me.
Totally
Talk to Lucy for you.
Period.
I'll be naked too.
I saw that.
Just for work.
I have a role for you.
That would actually, that would, what though, man, you know what? Let me ask you this, Greg, since you said you direct and write. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's a really good question. That's a really good. Let me go. Let's chase this for a minute. So we were talking about other actors and other roles. Sometimes you'll see someone act in a role like that. Someone will act in a role that you see him go like, man, I like to work with that person. I like to bring it on, bring the band back together, so to speak. Mm-hmm. In today's environment, political environment, we're seeing what we're seeing. How comfortable would you be casting someone in Lucy's position? I mean, is this something you say, I'm taking the best damn actor I can get for that role, whether it be transgendered or not? I have no fear in doing that. Or is there something where, or let's say your producer comes up there and says, I have a little bit of hesitation.
I love that you put Greg in the position.
This would rule if Greg's like, there's no way I would. What?
No, I mean, my internet's a little loose.
What kind of interview is this?
Would Greg turn around and knee drop the producer off the set?
I mean, I'd be a little like curious why they would have such a problem with casting someone like Lucy. I mean, if I had a character who I was like, as the director and writer, I'd be like, no, I already have an actor for this and she's great, so we're just gonna hire her. And they were like, fee fi fo fum, fuck this trans person. I'd be like, well, fuck you too. So I don't think I would feel like pressure to not do it. I wouldn't want to be pressured into being like, you have to put a trans person in here. But I think that'd be
that's the other part of the coin too. It's like sometimes a lot of these productions, it does have that sense of they feel like they need to, they feel like, well, gosh, if I don't get a minority in here or anything else, I'm gonna get canceled. My production's gonna get canceled. I think it's the wrong answer too. It's not, if the person that's coming in, that's auditioning, doesn't fit the part, you gotta cast the part the best way you can.
It's all about the story. If the story calls for that actor, then you cast that actor. It's not that complicated. Just like keep it simple. And especially at our range, like I don't think anyone's pressuring us to. I mean, maybe they're pressuring Tyler because he's the one with all everyone's after him. Everyone's looking for a little piece of that action. But I don't think
We had to get the
He's
funding
not
somewhere,
asking.
Greg.
No. Everyone loves Tyler.
yeah, I don't know. I think like you just cast the best actor for the job. I mean, I don't even think like if there's like celebrities, then I don't really dig on that either, where they're like, you have to put a celebrity.
Right. Because that's actually been talked about and open now. Before it was just sort of all underground, but Ethan Hawke's daughter, basically went on record saying how a lot of these a lot of casting directors and a lot of productions, they're looking to see how big you are on social media. Rocky and I, we talked about that before. We talked about that, I believe, the last time. Before it was just like, it was just something underground, like you hear about it, but you don't really hear it out in the mainstream. I think Maya came out there and said it for the first time, like, yeah, I lost a job, which is ironic if you think about it, because a lot of you could actually go there and say, but didn't you get the job because of your last name? But she said that she lost the job because she didn't have enough social media impact. Her name wasn't enough to get her through the door.
I've seen auditions that were like asking for the Instagram followers and how many you have, and at least 15K, blah, blah, blah.
How does that make you? I mean, how does that make you feel? I mean, to me, my first question is like, why are they going out for the part 2? Are they auditioning?
Then I just don't bother applying sometimes if I don't like it enough.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, just lied.
Yeah, if they ask for a specific amount, then I'm like, no. Yeah, if they ask for a specific amount of followers, then I just don't apply, because clearly they want something specific. But if they're just asking, then if they're just asking for a link to my socials, then I'm like, okay, yeah. If you don't like that, then whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I just let me slide over to the chat real quick. The Bert saying he rather listen to Sheryl Crow than Kiss. Let's see, the Ernest says, yeah. Let's see, Skip. Okay, what's your question, Nanette? It says, any future collaborations for these guys that they want to do together? Yeah, have you guys talked about that after everybody's schedule clears out? I mean, is there any chance at all that you guys get? We know there won't be a part 2 for director's cut necessarily, but do you see you guys
we're all signed on for the sequel?
How presumptuous of you, Patrick.
Yeah, there is a sequel.
Really?
Yeah.
That is, how rare that is in found footage films. That never happens.
Well, have you seen RoboCop before?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay, I was gonna say that's not found footage though.
Don's gonna be mad I spoiled it, but it's a little bit like that.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, there's nothing left.
Tyler, NDA. No, we didn't say anything.
We've talked about working.
We haven't talked about it. We've just like kind of silently agreed eventually.
Yeah, and I mean, if I think of ideas for characters, I usually I'll be like, oh, this is a Brandy character, this is a Louis or Tyler character. I was writing a story about a beached whale, and I thought of Tyler. So
specifically for my blowhole, I got you.
Oh.
I ate an orange before I got on here.
You son of a bitch.
Beluga.
Have you no shame?
I'll be back.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Go back to SoulCycle, bud.
I'm not going to provide any context for that either. We'll just leave it there.
Let's see. Nanette says Nickelback is one of her favorite bands.
Hell yeah.
Ernest says he doesn't like the Rolling Stones. He's a Kiss fan.
This chat is just people trashing on bands. It's awesome.
Is that Burt Reynolds talking? He doesn't like. Oh no, it's Ernest.
No, yeah. It's just. I tell you the truth. It's fun, but I'm already spilling the tea here. But Bert and Ernest, they're twin brothers. Yeah, they're twins.
Well,
And,
Bert and Ernest, do you both not like the Rolling Stones, or what is going on here? I need to get to
You
the
guys'
bottom.
name is seriously Bert and Ernie. Is that like for real?
they truly are Bert and Ernie. That's right.
My God.
I see. But it says here, he got a chance to see Air Supply once. Okay, that's not bad. Man, I was at the edge of my seat the whole show. Yeah, yeah. This is Hobbs here. I know it's you, Hobbs. You turkey. That was because my seat was actually broken and it sucked. I would
It's
actually,
not
you know what, tell you
director's
the
cut, or
truth.
is this just shows they went to?
No, I actually tell you the truth. I would actually go see Air Supply. Let's see. Let's see. Have Rocky says have Rocky show us his water bottle. Yeah, I saw the water bottle earlier. Were you drinking? Is that I thought, was that a green concoction you were drinking, or was that the color of your bottle?
This is I call this a mosquito. It's Moscato and Tito's.
Okay.
And it's
No water in it. No.
It's very similar to when we went to see the premiere.
yeah.
Feel nostalgic.
Okay. Who got
Oh, yeah.
tossed at the premiere? You know, I'm gonna ask that to Brandy because Brandy will tell me. She'll tell me all the secrets. So who got tossed at the premiere, Brandy? Who got drunk fastest?
Louis.
Yeah, that's not even.
I mean, it was just Louis and his wife, just
Rocky
like
showed
sneaking
up.
away. Like they come with beer in hand. They pregame and then
Banana
come and then
Foster's
yeah.
beer.
Yeah, we drank a shitload of those guys.
Yeah.
Warm Banana Foster's beer. Awful.
Ooh.
Mm.
That's harsh right there. So all right. So right now, being 2025, what do you feel? You know, because this could probably be my one of my main speaking points for the rest of the year. But I want to start with you guys. So yesterday, I talked to a journalist friend of ours. He was on the show, fellow podcaster, and we were talking about how Hollywood basically, they allow the fact that people can buy awards, like Oscars and stuff like that. You guys every actor works their ass off. They go to class, they try to pick smart projects. They look for good scripts. They show up when they're supposed to. They work within the system. Basically, and some are tremendously talented artists. What do you feel about the fact that Hollywood is basically paying for certain actors to get the awards, and people who deserve it? You work your ass off for a director's cut, but if it came down to you and Snow White, or Sleeping Beauty, as far as best pictures go, Disney's going to outspend you guys like 10-1 for it to make it happen. How does that make you feel, knowing that maybe awards or recognitions are not being truthful?
I mean, it's biased no matter what. They're all friends, so it's like whatever.
And it's always Hollywood's always sort of been a pay-to-play industry. Right now, I think most of your like truer artists are looking more for like satisfaction in their work, more than they're like, man, I got shafted at the Golden Globes. I mean, I don't know many people who are like watching it or anything like that. I would say I don't mind it because I'm not up for any of those awards, so it doesn't really pertain to me too much.
But it would be nice. But some things do happen. I mean, some things have happened before. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday. There was an actress. We did a real small movie, called Till, and the lead actress, and it was a lady named Danielle Detweiler, and she, out of the blue, she got nominated for an Oscar. Out of the blue. I mean, when they were talking about, when the movie came out, people weren't sitting there going like, "Yeah, this is Oscar written all over it."
Yeah.
Then it came out, and all of a sudden people are going like, "Her performance has Oscar written all over it." And So here she up. She's supposed to be one of the 10 people nominated. So think of yourself as one of the last. You think of yourself. You're the 10th person supposed to be nominated, and all of a sudden, all these, like you said, all these Hollywood friends, they went ahead and they basically took her spot. They're supposed to. They're not supposed to do this. They're not supposed to campaign for people, but they did. Then supposedly they were doing their own critique of the movie, and yet yet for the most part, all their critiques were basically one and the same wording, the same language, the same. You could tell it was copied and pasted. I just gotta ask, it's like, wouldn't that would that make you angry, or would it deflate you? I mean, what would you like? What would you like to see happen?
I feel like the same happens with president. Like I said, I feel like the same would happen, like in our presidential races and stuff like that. So like, I don't know, money gets money. They like to pat themselves on the back, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'd get like upset, but like the fact that I was nominated would be like, okay, yeah, cool.
If I was a finalist, I'd probably be pretty pissed if someone just kind of what, because like Nora spent $6 million on the movie and then $18 million on the campaign to win 4 Oscars, which is great. I haven't seen the movie, but like that's dope. A24 could have made 3 more films with that money. So
yeah,
A24 did a Nora, right?
Yeah. I think it's like until I'm in the position where like I'm about to win, I can't really say how I feel. Right now, it like seems like a distant thing to me. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
If I was nominated, I'd be pissed. Yeah.
I'd hop up on stage and smack Chris Rock. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. And then I'd smack Timothy Chalamet over the face. That son of a bitch.
Oh. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's just something because you guys' careers are just starting to rise up. I mean, now you could what does the term "on the rise" mean to you when you hear yourself described that way? What goes through your mind when you read that about yourself? Here's Tyler. Tyler. He's the newest star coming out of Texas. He's on the rise. He's gonna be a solid actor, singer, songwriter, someone like a Chris Christopherson. What kind of, and how does that make you feel? Do you feel
on the rise?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like, especially since the movie came out, like in a lot of ways, my life doesn't feel any different. I think the like Motorhead lyric that the pleasure is to play is like I feel most alive just when I'm making things. And this being my first like feature experience, I was expecting the movie comes out and then that's life feels different, but in a lot of ways it's just more motivation, like damn, I just want to keep working. So I feel like the on the rise thing doesn't feel real because life just feels like life, but I think like the movie actually coming out and like, oh, I can go in my living room, open Apple TV and actually like see my name pop up on there, like that's really fucking cool. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, I also feel like the same dude, and it's right back to the grind. But I know a lot of artists say like once they make it big, they almost miss the times when they were struggling, which I can't wait to say that one day, as opposed to just like it feels like shit. But I mean, I feel like it is the most fun, even like just these moments of like hanging out with the band again. It's like it's just fun to be around artists, make shit, and hopefully we all get to keep doing it as much as possible. But yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the other side of success. I mean, you want to be able to, I talked to a young guy who's starting out. He had a few things underneath his belt, and he came onto the show and we talked, and I was just so impressed. I was really impressed, and I said, I said you won't be back. I says you won't be back. I said, and hopefully, but I mean, in theory, I didn't think he would. As soon as we talked, I saw one of his movies. I got to see him actually work, and he came back. When he came back on, I said, "This will be the last time I have you here. I won't get a chance to have you back because you're going places," and he is. it's really cool to see. It's really fun to see that. We lost Brenda.
Yeah,
But I will see you guys back.
Was the actor you were talking to, Patrick? Louis Baciglupo? Here he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, okay. I'm gonna let you guys close this one out by asking Rocky here. You each get to ask him about his new movie, Curse Hearst. I'll ask the first question. Like, who's starring in the movie? Who's starring in the movie?
Me and my wife.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'll give you guys the exclusive trailer poster that no one's seen yet.
My God. How do I pin you?
Yo, dude, let's that rules.
That guy bones that old woman. You see that?
God damn.
I was gonna ask, does he bone her?
That should be out tomorrow. We're waiting on the song to come out on Spotify because we're gonna post it all together.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, when's before I let you two guys have your questions, when's this supposed to come out?
That's going straight to distributors, so I don't know.
Okay.
Know. They were talking to faith-based country distributor. I don't know how that's gonna fly, but I heard that today. Something
really
little
faith-based. Is it? Wow. Okay.
When the engine's global, and I looked it up. It's like Christian, which is cool with me, man.
It looks like it would be a Christian film.
It's pretty hardcore, so I don't know how they negotiated that, but I'm not.
Boning or the film.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Nan. That is a badass poster.
Thank you.
The interview was going well until we got on the topic of boning.
Here, let me get you off this one here. It says Burt Reynolds, our friend Burt Reynolds. He wants to know, do they they want to know on your crafty, do they feed you Little Caesars pizza?
Nar.
Nah, dude, we had like swordfish for real.
Yeah.
Like the craft was crazy on that set.
Louis Lombardi was the lead. It was literally like the best Italian spreads you could ask for. It was.
I can imagine there wouldn't be any Little Caesars or White Castle on that.
No.
No. All right, so I tell you what, Tyler and Greg, you come up with one question about Curse Hearst, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up.
I do have a question for the boys. It was not Curse Hearst related though.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
What is your guys' best concert experience?
I saw the Bloodhound Gang drink a bottle of Jägermeister and throw it up into the other guy's mouth, and he drank it at Warped Tour in like 2006. So,
yo,
Blink 182 was on that one. Dropkick, Fucking Molly.
I saw Marilyn Manson in New York many years ago, and it was a show where a set piece fell on him, and he was doing the whole like thing, and which I love about him, and he like leaned on this like truss system or something, and it fell on him, and it broke his ankle 3 places. It's like he's in a corset doing like I'm the devil, and then he's like and just like screaming, and they like cut the music, so he's just on stage screaming, or on stage, and they had to bring out a little curtain and gurney him out. And I remember they cut to the like walkout music, and it was his cover of "God's Gonna Cut You Down," which I was like, dude, I was here for history.
Nice.
So yeah, it was important.
What about you, Greg?
I think it was probably. Damn, I guess it was probably. I saw Queens of the Stone Age last year, and there was this like. Amongst the crowd of people, there was like this like unbelievably fat guy dressed as Santa Claus in the middle of the summer, and they were singing "Make It With You," which is about like fucking, and they brought him on stage, the Santa Claus, and Josh Homme like dry humped Santa, which was pretty good. I like that.
Naughty list. I
Yeah.
saw Green Day in Philly, and there was a dude dressed as Santa in the arena that they brought up on stage to sing with them. So I don't know if this is
Probably the same guy.
It's gotta
Yeah,
be, dude.
as a thing.
Only one Santa Claus, folks, and he's in Philadelphia.
and he's an alcoholic.
Only going to concerts.
He's having a hard time.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's
Dude, I'm giving Lake Mungo vibes. Like the sun has been setting on me, and I'm like,
Come on.
What
Disappeared.
movie did you say? Which movie did you say?
Lake Mungo is one of my favorite horror films ever. And if you have not seen it, you have to. That movie.
I have one. I have one here for you. If you haven't seen Pie Wacket, you have to go see Pie Wacket.
Okay.
Pie Wacket?
Yeah. See Pie
Reminds me
Wacket.
of my honeymoon.
Watch Pie Wacket and then come back to me and tell me which movie's better. Pie Wacket or Lake Mungo?
Have you seen Lake Mungo?
Yes.
It's okay, Tyler.
It was great, man. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'll be honest, I was a little bit.
Arena's shouting it's not that good. She watched it like literally yesterday. Yeah.
Really? Oh. I thought it was a documentary for the first half of the movie, so I was fucked up.
Ghosts.
I did too. I did too. I thought it was a documentary. I kept on. I'm going over here going like, when the hell?
Headless corpse comes out. Like,
I was like, how are more people not talking about this?
You know why? I'll be honest with you. You know why? Because they're too busy sleeping in the seats. That's why. No, it wasn't for me. Oh my God!
What Skinamarink? We're talking about action.
Let me ask you this. I'm really curious because you're like the first like Mungo person I've talked to since I watched it. I never got. I didn't get it. What made it pop for you?
Well, they had Australian accents, so that might have made it hard to like get the plot. But I don't know, man. I think what I really liked was there's a lot of like moments that would be like something you didn't see in a picture or a shot that then they would draw your attention to it. Little things like that. I thought was just a cool device in it where you've been like watching a room, you're like, I don't see anything. Then they're, I don't know. I found it really, really cool. And again, I thought it was a documentary for the first half. So
light on, man.
I really believe as far as Pie Wacket goes, I think you really like that too because the acting itself is absolutely stellar. But the thing that got me in Lake Mungo and the same thing that got me in Pie Wacket was they weren't there but a split second.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this tonight. No spoilers, man.
It's like if you blinked, literally, if you blink, you miss it. And I spent the whole hour and a half looking for Lake Mungo, looking for the ghost, and I realized I missed it. I had to go back. See where's the ghost at because I didn't see it the first time through.
Yeah.
You're
right. I was wrong. It's a bad movie.
No, I just
sucks.
Tyler,
Stupid.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Go Corey Feldman.
Whoa! Jeff for Corey.
All right. I tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and let these guys go for now. But like I said before, they will be coming back. You guys will be coming back. I want you guys to come back and we're gonna do a watch party for a director's cut. I really like to see that. So you guys cut loose on that. Share some of your stories once you watch the movie again, and bring some of the stories back to the forefront. Just to get your point of view on that. Pardon me?
Like Mystery Science Theater, like get hammered and watch.
No, I don't want jokes. I want you guys to tell good stories. I want to hear about it. I'm fascinated by it. So we'll have you guys come back here and talk about it. No, I wouldn't do that. That's disrespectful.
I'm not paying $5 to watch it again.
No.
Is the
don't know
movie
that
on
one.
you?
No, we'll wait for it because I'm poor, right? So I'll wait till it gets till it hits a free service, and then we'll bring the gang back together and talk
Catch you
about
in
it.
2040.
Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out. It was great meeting Brandy as well. I'm curious to see what she's going to be doing in the future. She said action adventure. I'm going like, man, she'd be a great action adventure actress. She's got that look. She's beautiful and she looks awesome. I think she'll be very exciting to see. And you guys as well. Looking forward to Curse Hurst, of course, and seeing what you guys come up with next. If you guys going to go record some music or new movie coming out, it's going to be exciting to see where you guys go. Like you guys are on the rise. What's next for each one of you? What's your next project going to be?
I got the
I know
Western.
Rocky's got to promote. So, what about you, Greg and Tyler? What's your next project?
You got it, Greg.
I got the Western Taffy Rita and the Rattlesnake. You can go on Roaming Shadow Productions on YouTube, and you can check out the trailer for that. We also do like reviews and stuff like that. And then over the summer, we'll be filming a few things. But the one that I would say that I'm really excited about is the opening scene of the Sasquatch film. I think that one's going to be pretty dope. So be on the lookout for Taffy Rita and the Rattlesnake and our Sasquatch short, and go subscribe to Roaming Shadow Productions on YouTube.
I'll put that down in the description box down below this right here. You guys can go over and check that out and sub to them. It belongs to their Instagram page. You can go over there and sub to them as well. I'll put that all up there as well, and so you can follow them. I just want to say thank you again, and thank you to the chat. You guys are making me laugh. Thank you so much for that. Want to also shout out to our good friend Katie. Let you know, Katie, we got you on our hearts, in our prayers and our thoughts. You're not forgotten. And hope if you ever need any of us, just reach out and call us. We're here. We're right here for you. All right. Tomorrow we have a double header. At 3:00, we'll be bringing in Rick Malin from the UK. He'll be talking about his new movie called Serial, and his other new movie coming out called Two Night Rental. He'll be here at 3:00, and at 8:00 we'll be talking to Leslie Iverson from American Trash. All right, you guys stay right where you're at. And to the chat, thank you so much.
Someone plug the film, for God's sake. No one even
watch Director's Cut.
Watch Director's Cut.
Watch Director's Cut.
I'm grabbing Adventures, and I'll put that down there too, so you can go watch it and order it. You can order
Enough
it.
about Director's Cut. Go
watch Lake Mungo. Yeah.
I put the trailer down, and I put the link down. I'll do it again for Director's Cut. Gravitas Adventure is a very cool independent film label. They've been doing it for a long time, and now they're getting it more and more into horror movies, which is always a good thing. So, looking for good horror, not AFC Midnight, then I recommend going Gravitas Adventures. All right, that is it for us. Stay right where you're at, fellas, and then I'll be with you 1 minute into the chat. Hi, Stacy. Thank you for coming out, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 3:00. Peace. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No,
We live.
We're locked up. Yeah. Quick, talk about the movie.
Go watch it.
All right.
We're still live?
Yeah.
We're live on the TV?
We're still live.
Is that Norm McDonald?
Well, good. Hold on. We're still alive. Keep talking about the movie.
Chat, if you're still here, what are you doing? Go watch Director's Cut right now.
Hey, also, I didn't get to plug myself. You should go follow me on Instagram at TYTYIVEY, Ty Ivey. And I have new music coming out soon. So follow my Instagram.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
The
Tyler,
music or the
what are your band names now?
so the two bands down here, they're between names.